Later, Gooks. Whoops, my bad.
You got it.
That was from last week, last
Bitch.
episode.
Welcome, everybody. Show number 2. I feel like we're starting to get our bearings. You know, it's been a while.
Yeah,
because you had to put in a lot of other Fridays of like doing things before you became a cripple. And I respect your decisions as a person.
yeah. I had poker just before.
Mm-hmm.
I got poker next Friday too. So.
Oh, cool. So yeah, great seeing you, man.
Bro, I don't work.
Great.
I can do this any night of the week if you want to. You
that's a
stupid
good point.
fuck.
We should do a show every day.
Nope.
Not where we're drinking. We should just.
I know, but
we should do it at noon.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I wouldn't mind one of those.
Yeah, fucking noon.
Drink at noon. I mean, I don't start PT for another 4 weeks.
Yeah. Just hop on. Here's the news.
Yeah, this is your prime time to we can backlog a fuck ton of these. Yeah, if you ever want to do one on a Thursday night, 1 or 2 quick ones.
Cool.
I'm gaming, you know, this next Saturday.
You're gay? I knew
I don't know what I said.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. And then we could just like kick them live, and like the live shit doesn't really matter, really. It's really about.
I enjoy doing it because sometimes we get a bunch of our friends on to talk shit live and everything. That's great.
But you can see when you don't do it for a few weeks in a row, you just die on the internet.
You see that. I don't see that. And then you tell me about it. And then I feel guilty for living my life. And I'm not getting paid for this. This costs me money. Not as much money as it costs you, but it costs me money. I just bought a $40 bourbon. I wasn't sure if I'm going to fucking.
You're enjoying it. Shut up. God, you're such a girl.
It's about 2/3 of the way gone.
It goes quick.
I guess. I was going to fucking amp it up and buy a real nice bottle just to watch you fucking freak out. And as I was cashing out, they had a bottle of Jefferson's Ocean.
That's
one
the
of the
jam.
Manager's picks. And I was like, what I really should have done after I had this one in our cart.
Fucking gun in your mouth.
Oh, that would have been, dude. Honestly, it's been thought about in the last couple of weeks, but I'm not left-handed. So if I had a gun,
you would fuck it up.
Yeah, I need one with a left-handed trigger, and I'd probably miss and go right through my cheek.
If I'm shooting a pistol, I'm righty. But if I'm shooting a rifle, I'm lefty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm left eye dominant.
I don't know.
And I high jump off my right foot. I could dunk off of my right foot with my left hand, which is fucking annoying.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Hockey lefty, lacrosse lefty,
so you
righty. Yeah. And
that blows my wife's mind.
Play guitar righty.
She's like, you're a left-handed shot in hockey? Because I had a buddy of mine from hockey give me 2 right-handed sticks because Aubrey and Krista apparently shoot right-handed. She's like, we're right-handed. We write with our right. We throw with our right. I go, I throw with my right. You know this.
Well,
I
makes
wear
sense
a baseball glove in my left hand.
Yeah.
I go, so I also wear my goalie glove on my left hand.
Yep.
And then I wear my blocker on my right. So the blocker.
So that's how I started playing hockey.
My stick is up high. When I go to play the puck, my left hand goes down low. And that's how I play
do you read whack?
Right hand high, left hand low.
Same.
Yeah.
How do you sweep?
Same.
Yeah.
I never thought about sweeping.
I know, right? You know? It's weird.
Yeah, raking, sweeping, yeah. Right hand high.
I'm very left hand dominant in most things.
Brady shoots hockey the same way I do. Throws, right-handed, catches left. He throws a football right-handed. All that happy shit. The one thing he does, left-footed, kick a soccer ball. It's left-footed all day.
That's cool.
It's weird.
Yeah,
because that's the one thing he does is he kicks a soccer ball left-footed.
Yeah,
98% of the time.
Huh?
He's been like that since he's been standing.
So if he does like a drop kick or a punt, is it lefty or righty?
If he punts the football, he kicks with his right foot.
That kid's
kicks the soccer ball. It's left-footed, man.
Yeah.
He might be a fucking genius. He might be my meal ticket. That motherfucker. Aubrey's been saying it. She's been saying, she goes, he's going to fucking do something absolutely insane, huge, Mr. B style. And we're all going to sit there and go, that motherfucker licked his fingers after he touched his butthole.
My kid, super into gaming, and to the point where it's all we really talk about, but he's made the switch, because, especially nowadays, every kid wants to be a YouTuber and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And fuck it, if we could do videos and get paid fucking 50 grand a month.
Dude, you imagine if you and I had time and a little bit of ambition and some editing skills.
Yes.
And could make reels like some of these people do.
Yeah.
That get 30, 40,000 fucking views, or some might blow up and you get 1 million on them. We could be kings.
No, because we would quit. the second one got 100 million views, and we got some cash from it. We were like, all right, we had a good run.
Yeah, it's over, man. They're like, why don't you guys keep going? We peaked. We peaked.
Yeah. Yeah, ambition's a big one. I heard like the Mr. Beast origin story when he was on Rogan, and
yeah, I saw that.
I guess he was a really good baseball player.
Yeah.
And so him and his buddies didn't work for a year, and they'd be on like Google Chat or Slack or something like that. And they would watch videos that were viral and take notes based on the jump cuts and the editing. So they basically engineered all the ways that they shoot videos based on what they were seeing in the most popular videos. So it's like, oh, it must be nice. It's like, no, you didn't fucking sit in your bedroom that you grew up in after fucking high school and just litigiously write down every goddamn nuance of every viral video. And of course, he earned every goddamn money he's gotten.
I don't want to keep it. He's just too busy throwing it away, giving it to other people.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I do think inherently he tries to do good with what he does.
Yeah. The thing is, the more good he does, the more fucking money he makes. Hey, I'm going to give away, $25 million. Well, however he fucking formats that gesture of giving away $25 million, he makes 20 million back.
Yeah.
In YouTube ads and all this shit. So it's like, he can't give it away fast enough.
He got slammed for.
Oh, I saw that.
Helping like people that were hearing impaired or deaf. He bought 1,000 people the ability to fucking hear.
Yeah.
And they went after him because we got to stop this shit.
That, you know and he had somebody do one of those contests. And then after the taxes, he gave him 10 million, but they only ended up with 4. And everybody was like, well, what the fuck? Why didn't you make that right? He's like, what I can't.
$4 million. Yeah. That's the
you had no $1 million yesterday. You have 4 million today. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You play the lottery. Hey,
you play a Powerball. You win $1 billion. You don't get that billion. You don't
get 400 million.
Yeah. You get 495 million. Out of
I still think that, if let's say you hit for $1 billion, right? Or I hit for $1 billion. I still think I would be pissed that 600 million of what some part of me,
some states win all this money for doing nothing. Wait,
all
of us that spent our already taxed money buying a $2 lottery ticket in hopes to win $1 billion. Now we're only 450 millionaires.
In reality,
what did you do to get to steal over $500 million from me? Why do you get it? Oh, taxes. I was already taxed on that money. That money's coming already taxed.
I wish that you could pick. So let's say they're going to tax you anyways, right? But you go, okay, before we give you this check, here's where your tax money could go, and you're allowed to break up where your $600 million goes.
That would be cool. That would be better. Honestly, that would make me feel a little bit better. But then again,
I would do art and school music programs and stuff like that, like stuff that a shop, like stuff that's inherently getting taken away from kids. You know, my kid's school, every week, rather than having PE, they have like mental awareness day.
Yep.
Where they sit and talk about their feelings. Like, you know what helps people not be depressed? Running around like fucking crazy people.
Whipping a fucking rubber ball at their friends' heads, listening to the poing noise it makes, watching them fall down, and everybody laughs, and they get up with a red mark on their cheek.
Sure.
And guess what? You guys are friends at lunch still the next day.
Mm-hmm. My kid's like, yeah, we had like whatever the fuck they call it.
Nuts.
He's like, you know what drives me crazy? And I was like, what, man? He goes, we're talking about how to make friends. But how I make friends is by being on the playground with them. But they don't let us go on the playground so we can talk about how to make friends.
Yeah. You're doing it backwards.
And I was like, God damn it, I'm really starting to like this kid. You know?
And you wonder why fucking Trump stopped the Department of Education funding.
Yeah.
Look at what we're turning out.
Right. It's egregious, you know.
I mean, we went through high school and I sat there wondering why I'm taking fucking Russian fucking folklore and women's lit as a fucking quarter-year elective just to get enough points to graduate. Why am I taking this? What is this doing? Why don't you show me how to balance the checkbook? Why don't you explain to me how to fucking file my own taxes? Guess what? That I can do for free on the internet, and I don't have to pay some fucking crooked person $200 and then have them say, oh, but if you want me to get this shit deducted, it's another $199. You can do this shit on your computer for free. Everything is in front of this computer or in this phone. This is where fucking people and children live these days.
Dude, do you know the anxiety I have when I have to write a check?
Yeah. Dude, I had to write one.
I'm dyslexic.
Like
it's a fucking legit problem. Yeah. But like for me to even I've had to rip up probably out of a whole checkbook half because I fucked it up.
Yeah.
So it's to the point now where when I had to go write a lot of money to the state and to the government a couple weeks ago, I was like, you need to write this down because I had 5 checks left and I had to write 4 checks. I'm like, chances are daddy's not doing it right. So you got to fucking this 130,000 needs to go to this. This needs to go here. This needs to go here. And like simple goddamn things that they never taught you. They also never teach you. I would have loved if they said, okay, this class is all about coming up with an idea to make money. Because you can go to school and you can learn things and you can regurgitate stuff and you get good grades, of which I never studied. I probably should have. I do consider myself to be intelligent, although
I don't know how I got to be, Krista blows smoke up my ass and she tells people, she goes, my husband knows shit that there's no reason he should know this. Oh, here's a great fucking example is 2 days after my surgery, I'm sitting outside. We're sitting in the yard, enjoying the sunshine. And Aubrey's panicking because there's a bee on her. And these kids freak out when there's bees. I'm like, just leave the fucking bee alone. It won't bother you. Well, all of a sudden, Aub looks down at her shirt and she touches something. She's like, what the fuck is this? And it was like gold. And it got all over her thing. I go, the bee shit on you. And she goes, no, it didn't. I go, they eat dandelions and yellow flowers and
it's a pollen dump
and everything, and they shit on it. Shit. She's like, there's no fucking way. I go, okay. And I went back to having a conversation with Krista. Aubrey Googles it on her phone and within seconds is jumping up and down screaming, how do you know this? How did you know that's what happened? I'm like, I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit. That doesn't mean anything. I go, Krista goes, your dad didn't go to fucking college, barely got out of high school, is probably one of the smartest fucking people I know. He knows so much shit. I'm like, I absorb a lot lot and it just sits there. And then at the perfect time, I'm like, it's B shit, man.
Dude, Jeopardy trivia contest, dude. I fucking smash them.
Yeah.
But it's because I'm a kind of a sponge about stuff. I'll be like, oh,
you are way more than I am.
I'm autistic when it comes to that shit, man.
And good for you. I mean, we sat here talking about history shit and, without 2 computer screens of giant letters, the fucking teleprompter telling you exactly what to fucking say. You're just spouting this shit off the top of your head because you fucking remembered it. Like, I know, okay. As you're talking, I'm like, okay, I remember that. But hearing you say it, it triggers my memory. If you told me to say what you said, I'd be like,
So every Tuesday I go out to Buckwater and they do bing. Huh?
What? Nothing. Buckwater? Okay.
Yeah. I probably give them like $4,000 a month. Probably. I gotta stop. It's becoming a problem. But my in-laws play trivia, and their goal is to beat their friend. That's it. And so I will sit there with a bar napkin, listen to the trivia questions, and write down what I think is the answer. And there's some that are tough.
Oh yeah.
And some that are just ridiculous. So the one the other day that really got my ass in a bind was, this mammal has the hardest bite strength. Now, depending on what you Google, it's either the hippo or the spotted hyena. But I'd listened to a podcast like fucking 4 years ago where they were talking about how hyenas.
This exact fucking story.
Yeah.
Exact question.
They were like, so I was like, oh, it's obviously the spotted hyena. But the guy that signs up for the trivia stuff, they weren't doing bite strength. They were doing bite strength PSI, like per square inch. So there's two ways it can go.
Yeah.
And the hippo was the right answer based on that trivia question. But I was like, fuck, dude, I got a problem with you. He goes, this is yesterday. I was like, I got a problem with you. That question, it's the spotted hyena. Like they can dissolve bones. They eat skulls. They eat fucking everything.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, the thing I signed up for was hippo. And I was like, just Google it. So he had to Google it 3 times to not see the hyena.
Hippo, yeah.
He had to Google it 1 time specifically to get hippo. But so I gave him the wrong answer, and I felt fucking, again, like if I'm wrong in trivia, I'm like, God damn, I fucking, there's some shit I just know. There was one, Nefertiti's, Nefertiti gave birth to this one ruler, and I was sitting there with Zach, and I go, oh, it's Akhenaten, and I didn't know how to spell it. But so Chuck came over and he goes, we were just in Egypt. I think it's Ramses. I was like, no, it's Akhenaten. And he goes, I was in Egypt. I just went to Egypt. I'm like, I don't care where you went, man. Like, this is my father-in-law. Like, I don't care where you went. It's Akhenaten. He goes, okay.
And that's the thing. You got to spell it right.
He's a little, it's okay. It was acceptable.
You can't butcher it. You got to get it close.
Yeah. But like everyone else put like Ramses and whatever the fuck, and Akhenaten was the one, and they ended up winning first place. So usually when I go, they win. When I don't go, I get text the next morning. Where the fuck were you? From my mother-in-law. Like,
the fucking gun.
We came in 5th, dick. Oh, you had to stay in with your family.
When I worked for a pharmaceutical company, every day at lunch, my boss would get the paper. He'd eat the one section with the comics. Always had a 10-question trivia thing in it.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd fold the paper up and have that part down, and he'd fold it in half. And he'd fold it in half again because we knew exactly where it was.
Yep.
Then he'd grab a piece of paper and he'd put it underneath it, and he'd flip it over and he'd slide it down just so he could read the questions. The answers were hidden. While we're eating lunch, he'd start asking the questions, and we'd fucking jump all over the answers. We're dealing with a bunch of women. Some of them are just fucking.
Sure.
Pharmacists. Book smart. They know nothing else.
Yeah.
That's it, man. They had no clue. So he's fucking, this dude was wicked smart. He knew a lot of this shit. And I was new, and I started spouting out answers, and like, what the fuck are you, dude? You just box up the drugs and you know all the shit. And we would do all that shit. So one night we all went out to Average Joe's, and they had trivia night. We jumped in, piled our phones on the table and did that shit. The last question, and it had to be spelled right, was, the Law and Order female lead cop, whatever, and they flashed a picture of her up there. Mariska Hargitay.
Uh-huh.
Krista, the rest of us sat there going, Krista answered one question that night. That was it.
Yeah, hero. Yeah.
Problem was we couldn't spell it right.
Oh shit.
We didn't know how to spell her last name.
Yeah.
We somewhat butchered it. We were the only ones that were even remotely close. So he gave us like half the points for it, but we already had enough to win the whole fucking thing.
Nice.
Anyhow. But yeah, those things are fun sometimes. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and go, I'm gonna lead your team to victory, but I will definitely help your team. I'm not gonna hurt.
Typically, if we do like team trivia, I have the sheet in front of me, and I'll answer everything that I know. If I don't know it, I'll write it down and then let the table deliberate on what it could be.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you're just there getting fucking wrecked anyways.
Yeah.
But like the drunker I get,
guesses too,
you get in that weird place where you're kind of good at golf, or you're good at, you know what I mean? Like that magic spot. And you're like, ugh. Yeah, I'm in the spirit world. I got it.
Usually for us, that in golf terms, that's like holes 5 to about 12, 13.
Yeah.
Because the swing oil's getting into our system.
Yep.
We're loose. We're starting to hit shots. We're starting to really fucking get tearing up. And then we're going and the beers are flowing. And then that 13th, 14th hole hit. That's when the beer says, hey, fuckers, remember me?
Yeah, I'm coming to.
And also remember all the shots that you've been doing? Yeah. Guess what? It's time to pay up. And then
it's so fucking funny. I was drinking at the bar with my friend Zach, and he is.
I've heard this before.
It happens like 3 times a week. He is trying to get me into scotch.
Oh, now, you were saying this the other night, yeah.
Is rough.
Yeah.
First sip, garbage. Kind of like what you're going through with bourbon. First sip, you're like, ooh, what is this? 5th or 6th sip, you're like, it's kind of mapley. It's got a little, a little of this to it. Some bourbons you'll taste like a little bit of maple flavor. Some bourbons you'll taste a little bit more of the charcoal flavor. Some are just goddamn like too proofy, and it tastes like you're just drinking gasoline. Don't like those kinds, But he keeps trying to get me into this like Lagavulin shit.
This is a cool bottle.
It's great.
90 proof.
Yeah. It's not going to kill you.
No. And I don't want it to. That's the thing is, I want to sit around and fucking have a glass of this and kind of be sophisticated and have a good cigar some night. It's like, go over to somebody's house
too. And this is kind of true with Lagavulin Scotch too. It's so well made. Like if you're drinking good bourbon, like Four Roses small batch, I'm drinking Bullet. Yeah, delicious.
Not a fucking sponsor, but if you want to be Four Roses small batch, we will drink this shit and we will show off your bottle.
I will run my liver into the grave on Four Rivers for fuck me in the dick. So we're both going downhill drinking. Like the eyes are starting to blink slow. Tongue's a little slurry, and
like racially or
both.
Okay. Or vocally. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
One of us might have said, hey, N-word, give me a beer. No, I'm kidding. But I'm like, you know what? Let's have a scotch and get out of here. I drink the scotch and I get right back into the sweet spot. I'm right back in the spirit world. He drinks the scotch and he hit like a black diamond fucking hill. He goes downhill quick. He goes, I gotta go. So he just takes off. And I end up going up and hanging out with my in-laws, just fucking drinking more beer because I'm back in the spirit world. It's so weird how you can sometimes you have 1 sip of beer and you're already hammered. Or sometimes you have 15 beers and you're not drunk at all. It's so weird how that shit hits.
But it is.
It's absolutely true.
It's insane that it's like that. And I've had those runs where you're just fucking Jesus. Mm-hmm. I've had 18 fucking beers. I am speaking impeccably.
Yep.
I'm still good at fucking sports or any other fucking carnival game we're playing, darts or gold, whatever.
Poker.
And then anything. And then that next fucking beer.
Yeah.
It's like an avalanche swallows you. And
Yeah.
you just are just like, and like, bro, you were fine a minute ago. What happened? I don't know.
That's the worst.
But getting into that fucking, it is, you just get into that groove and it's like, you're a fucking god.
I wish there was a sweet spot police where they'd be like, you're here. We know you're here. You know you're here. Yeah. And you know, if you have 3 beers in the next 45 minutes, you're going to be out of the zone. So maybe just have one.
And guess what, dummy? Hey, with that one, you just have a glass of water.
Sure.
That's for a bottle of water. Have another beer. And guess what? You're going to fucking prime that sweet spot.
Sure.
Then you're going to be able to take that motherfucker right through 2 a.m. And then after 2 a.m., whatever happens, then you're good then. Yeah. If you're fucked up then and the wheels come off and you fall out of the spirit world, it's okay. You're right where you belong. You need to be there.
And you're right with the pack, right?
Yeah.
You're Rafiki. All the other lions are down here the entire night. And then you take that one sip and get out of the spirit land and you're down with the fucking lions. Like and they don't know any different.
Yeah.
They're like, bitch, we've been here all fucking day.
I don't think you do. You might.
Masturbate need it? No.
Do you play catch up?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I have in the past.
Okay.
So today, meet a certain friend, Zach, at Wild Wings. I said I could be there by like 1:30, 1:35. I had to go pick up dude, my kid he's playing baseball and I had to go pick up his baseball pants. And I've never done this as a father. Maybe like putting my daughter in, like when she was little and sewing diapers, like into a dress or something like that. You're like, oh, it's the cutest fucking thing ever. You know what I mean? It's just cute. I'm picking up his baseball pants that Tanya ordered from Dick's. And he's got the cutest little fucking red belt that goes with his pants. And I was like, why do I think this is the cutest thing ever? He's got cute little red socks. I know. I was like, what's happening to me? But anyways, I go get the
move to a cul-de-sac immediately.
So I texted Tanya. I'm like, oh, he's got the cutest little red belt. But so I go to Wild Wings and he was already a couple beers ahead of me, but I did not play catch up. But it does suck. Like if, let's say if I was getting into town to come visit you and you go out at 5 and I get there at like 9:30, I'd probably slam a couple quick ones. The problem is with catch up, you catch up and then you sprint 3,000 yards ahead of everybody. It just never works out right.
Yeah, and then there's the finish line, and you're laying in a puddle of your own fucking vomit.
Yeah, and you guys just stroll past. Yeah,
as we're drinking a beer. I will never, ever, ever do it, and I never have. Same situation, dude. If I show up because if you go out for happy hour and I come into town, but my flight doesn't land till 8. I'm obviously I'm drinking on the plane. I'm drinking in the airport, but I'm not racing you or anything. But if I get there and you're fucking bombed up and you're like, oh man, I've had 84 beers already. I'm like, I've had 6. I'm not going to do 12 beers in the next 14 minutes.
Right.
We're both going to order a beer. And I am pretty sure no matter how you and I start, we both end the same, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that has been the way it's been ever.
I've had a couple bad nights. Your 40th?
Was that?
No. What's the stoplight birthday?
That was just a random birthday downtown.
Okay. The stoplight birthday, you got punched by Mike Tyson.
Yeah, those stoplights fucked me up, man. Yeah. I'll never drink another one of those again.
Same. I had one more after your birthday, and it doesn't even taste good.
No. One of them does. One of the 3 does.
Sure.
And I don't know which one it is.
But those two, the other 2 layered in taste like ball sacks, and you're like, okay, what's the point here?
Well, the point is when all that shit gets in your stomach and fucking mixes together like fucking titratonium or whatever that shit is from Hot Tub Time Machine, your fucking guts explode and you fucking get all retarded.
Yeah. I remember going to your girlfriend at the time, I think, right?
Yeah.
I walked into the guy's bathroom at your birthday, and I had to deuce bad. And there is a urinal, and the shitter is wrapped up with duct tape in a garbage bag.
Yeah.
So I go to Chris. I'm like, I have to poop, and she goes, "Well, just go." I'm like, "Go look in the guy's bathroom." So she goes to the guy's bathroom with me. I'm like, "How am I gonna poop? Do you want me to just poke a hole in this thing and just fucking rocket one out and just leave it?" She's like, "Go to the girl's bathroom." I'm like, "I'm not gonna go to the girl's bathroom." Like that to me. I mean, nowadays you could probably get away with it, I guess. Just say you're a girl.
Identify.
Yeah, but this is like in the 2010s, baby.
Yeah, that birthday was I was in my 30s for that one.
Yeah. So she goes in there with me. I'm like, you stand outside the stall. She's like, no, I'm going to stand in the door and make sure no one comes in. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I think she leaves. So I'm blowing this thing up. And then I'm like, Chris, is that you? And some girl's like, no, who are you? I'm like, Chris is supposed to be at the door. She's like, no, I got you. I'll make sure no one comes in. Fuck you, dude. She just takes off. Meanwhile, you're doing fucking stoplights and
2011, that was.
Yeah.
So 14 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my 38th birthday.
Yep.
Yep.
Man, you look like fucking Peter McNeely after Tyson went to work on him.
Dude, the worst part was that thing fucking knocked me senseless. And Krista was taking me, and I was fucking doing the fucking crossover walk.
Yeah.
And we went around. We went to the women's bathroom because I didn't want to go in the men's bathroom and see somebody see me puke.
Yeah.
I was trying to get out of there incognito, and I walk around the corner of the bar, headed to across the dance floor to the girls' bathroom, and my buddy Pete that I play poker with all the time fucking rifles a shot of Crown in my hand.
As you're on the way to throw up.
I don't know why. I mean, that was the first thing that came out. I don't think I swallowed it. I don't think it got down my fucking windpipe, and it came right back out. I'm like,
the worst.
Chris was like, and then 20 minutes later, I'm like, gotta go.
Yeah.
I left my own birthday party after an hour. Everybody's party.
At like fucking 8:30, you were out.
Yeah.
It was.
And then on the way home, we got Krista's. I think
you think KFC's open?
Yeah. I was pissed we didn't go to Jim's Steakout. I also thought it was 2 a.m. Krista's friend, her fucking smoking hot blonde friend, and her husband or boyfriend Russ at the time drove us home, and we were on a 33, and I'm screaming, I got to pull over, I got puke, and they're like, get the window down. And fucking pull over on a 33, and there's nowhere to pull over. They found a spot to pull over and open the door. I'm good.
I would have been so annoyed.
I know they were too, and I'm like, thank God it was it's a short ride from downtown to my house.
Yeah.
And we got
Especially
home, and
then,
I guess Chris said I spent most of the night in the fucking bathroom at the Harlem house.
It sucks. What are you gonna do?
And that's why, I mean, for one, I don't do shots. Number two, that was fucking Club Dub's staple. That was what they were known for, those stoplight shots, and they knew they literally told people, you get one of these, that's it.
Yeah. You did too.
So fucked, and I did too, relatively quickly, and
back to back, I think.
Yeah, and they're like, "Holy fuck, man, he might have superpowers." And then fucking Tyson showed up and right hooked my fucking bitch ass. I didn't go down
that weekend. I've had a lot of go after it weekends, but fuck, man.
Dude, if I know one of those is coming, like that music festival we're going to,
yeah,
I know what I'm up against that weekend.
Yeah,
I am gonna drink a fuck ton of water.
Yep.
And I think we're in VIP, so drinks are free.
I might actually do.
I'm staying in my wheelhouse, bro.
I go. Yeah,
huh?
I might do IV therapy before I go. Do a couple bags, just fucking load up. The problem with that is you do it and then you're pissing so goddamn much because
we also have our own private bathroom, and
that's huge.
I follow the page on Facebook, and they say, everybody's talking about the tickets and ticket prices. Honestly, everybody's like, they're actually cheap for the talent we're gonna see,
right?
And they're like
$100,
VIP,
so we got 120.
Yeah, like VIP, the food and drink aside, having your own air-conditioned bathroom was the fucking ticket, they said. Because it's going to be hot as fucking balls in Chicago Labor Day weekend. We know that. I'm like, I've never been to one of these. I watch a lot of them. I know kind of what to expect. And I know you and I are going to be together. So we're going to do some drinking and going to have a good time. And I'm like, all right, stay in your wheelhouse, Daryl. I know drinks are free. Drink the fucking beer, drink the water, have a shot here and there. Just don't fucking be like, hey man, they fucking got VSOP for free. We're fucking bottles of champagne. No, stupid. Don't
maintain.
Yep. Energy drinks and whatnot. And
I do think the cheat code to one of those like high caliber drinking nights is the 5-hour energy. I don't know what's in that, but there's something in it that gives you a little bit more staying power. And I don't think it's just the caffeine. I think it's the perfect blend of B12 and whatever.
B12 is like fucking 4,000% what you need.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, we buy a fucking case of them.
Yeah.
It's got 12 of them
times 12 shit too, by the way.
If you buy them by the case, you buy them at the store, they're like $3 because now they have the extra, which got a little extra boost in it. I honestly couldn't tell you the difference between them.
Right.
They're like $3.79 a shot.
Hey, Phildo, what's up?
What's up?
Show me your booty hole.
But if you buy them at Target, you can get like a 10-pack of them
for like $15-$20.
It's like $22.
Yeah.
So Krista will buy one and we'll throw them in free. But the thing is, you don't get all the flavor. You get cherry or grape or
it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But again,
they all taste like shit anyways.
Nah, there's some new flavors that actually taste okay. They're not bad. I had Mighty Taco.
Okay. From a guy that can't shit too. Just all right, fuck it.
Fuck, I'll just take a couple of Oxy tonight and guess what? I won't shit for 4 days.
Find her back up.
Yeah.
Dude,
but
I had
the thing I like about them is the no crash.
Yeah.
And I remember my first time taking one was in Columbus. Me and Chris were down there with Jamie and her boyfriend, whatever, and we were fucked up. The next morning, I think we were going to the Michigan-Ohio State game. And it was 8 o'clock in the morning. We're at McDonald's drive-thru, and I'm just fucked. I barely have my head up. I'm like, I need something. Chris is like, get me a fucking Pepsi and a couple of fucking breakfast burritos.
Dude,
and we
McDonald's gotta go Diet Coke.
Yeah. So she orders that shit. And then Jamie goes, hey, senior, in the pocket behind the driver's seat, there's a 5-hour energy. There's a bunch of them in there. Grab one. I'm like, I don't drink that shit. Because that was when like Red Bull and Monster and shit was out. And I'm like, I don't fuck with any of that shit. Red Bull's terrible.
Yeah, it's gross.
So I'm like, dude, I don't do this. I'm not. No. She's like, trust me, it's gonna taste like shit. So grab your bottle of water or Chris's Pop and chase it. She goes, but it's not going to give you that fucking rocket to the moon. Like,
no, it's not like doing Coke or Adderall, right?
Yeah. Nothing like that. You're like, it will pick you up a little bit and you stay level.
Yeah.
For 5 or 6 hours. And then you don't fall off that cliff. You just exist.
You're just
I'm
there.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, this shit's incredible. Like I talk to Kyle at work all the time and he's fucking dozing off. I'm like, dude, take a 5-hour energy. Or I got this energy package. You pour into a bottle of water and shake it up and just drink that. And it does the same thing. You don't get that. The worst thing is the fucking up plateau and then the fucking down. 5-hour energies, not a sponsor, but hey, if you guys are interested,
sure.
They fucking just level. Man, I drink a shit ton of those when I need to.
Dude, like every once in a while, someone will just throw around an Adderall or whatever. And so you take it. And you're on. It's like ninja speed, you're on it. And then the Adderall's like, all right, guys, I'm down here. And it wipes its hands with you. And everything that you thought was good with you turns into like, it's like post-dating a check. Like, you're like, I'll drink these 15 beers because I don't feel a goddamn thing. And Adderall makes you a little thirsty,
Yeah.
And I have a prescription for Adderall, by the way.
Do you? Does it help you sleep?
I'm wanking. So But
well, I couldn't tell your fucking camera's all fucking messed up. Okay, now I get there it is.
But yeah,
retarded Michael Jordan.
You take that and you're like, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I feel fucking great. I feel amazing. I'm talking to everybody, everyone's having a good time, stuff like that. And then Adderall's like, all right, dude, I'm out. I'm like, what? No, hold on, wait. Like,
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah. Adderall does the Irish goodbye, and you're like, what happened? He was just here.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You go to the bathroom, forget to zip up your pants. You're like, yeah, I'm a fucking I'm a fucking problem. Yeah.
So we're definitely in I mean, obviously, I guess I could throw a fucking 10 or 12 pack of those in my suitcase when I come out there. Or else we just buy them out there. One thing we do got to do is find a place to stay.
Yeah, I got to work on that.
Your friends have a place?
I have a friend that lives close to Chicago that has a townhouse that we might be able to stay in. So I'll have to hit her up and say, hey, remember that time? She's always like, you're in Illinois, I'm in Illinois, but where I'm in Illinois is not where Chicago is. You know what I mean?
How you're like 4.5, 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's like, you're it's like me driving to Columbus or Ann Arbor from you to go up.
It's a trip. Yeah. It's a trip.
I gotta figure out what I want to do that week, whether I want to come fly to see you on like Tuesday and we hang out for a few days, and then I leave Monday from.
Every once in a while, she'll be like, "Hey, I got blackout tickets if you want, and you guys just stay at the house." I'm like,
blackout tickets,
Black Hawk down. But I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I do want to go to Chicago.
I don't want to die. The only thing in Chicago I want to see is the Jordan statue outside the United Center, which is not the United Center right now.
What's it called now?
I don't know, dude.
Like best credit.
No, that's yeah, something stupid. All right,
I don't like that.
Huh?
Where you going? Okay, I'll just talk.
Yeah, you don't like what?
I don't like that. Everything's named after insurance.
Oh, I know.
It's like, so the people that charge you and get overcharged by the hospitals have enough money to go buy licensing for a stadium. You're like, okay, that sucks, but whatever. And then the other stadiums are like all banks. It's like Fidelity Stadium. And you're like, what? Okay, wait. So you guys manage money, and you take a percentage of what you manage, and you have so much extra money that you're going to go drop, what is it, like $30 million a year to have licensing rights on a stadium? Maybe don't charge that much.
I hate when these licensing naming rights deals wear out or expire for stadiums and arenas and all this shit, and it becomes a bidding war, and it's going to get changed. It's like every 10 years it changes, I mean,
Highmark Stadium.
I understand we can't live in the past, but
sure,
most of us that are alive now or were alive during the Bills' heyday and everything, it's the Ralph.
Rich. Yeah, the rich
or the Ralph. Those two are. It's one or the other there.
Yep.
Nobody's calling it Hyman. Somebody was talking the other day. Oh, where the fuck I was. I was getting my hair cut, and the girls were talking about a place called the Vault. Somebody thought it was out in East Aurora, and they're like, no, not that one. It's downtown by the.
Yeah, we tried to go there. One night.
Yeah. By Salen's Field, and I'm like, well, Salen's is out in Elmo.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, the baseball field. I'm like, Pilot Field.
Yeah.
And now, but it gets changed all the fucking time. Now it's Salen's Field. It's something. I was like all these.
They are the best hot dogs.
Yeah, they do. All these,
they do rock.
Some of these stadiums that are changing their name, Like they incorporate the original name, like be like Rich Stadium at the something.
Highmark at the Ralph.
Yeah, something
I'd
like
be cool
that.
with
It's like,
that.
what the?
Yeah.
No, why? No. You gotta stop. None of this shit matters anymore.
Yeah. Oh, we're
Like,
at.
how long is it gonna be before? I mean, we lost Soldier Field,
Sure.
right? That's gone.
Yeah. Wrigley is still Wrigley.
Yeah, but I mean, how long till Lambeau's not Lambeau anymore?
Yeah.
Remember the fucking cool places like Joe Robbie Stadium, Candlestick Park. You know, all this shit was so fucking cool. They had cool names.
Yeah.
You want to be a bank? You know, it's Joe Robbie Stadium. You want to come in as like just say M&T Bank? You could give us $30 million. We will fucking put in your ATMs.
Sure.
We will plaster your fucking names everywhere. We'll put your logo on every fucking giveaway. All that shit. You're not getting your name outside though.
Yeah. Now the 49ers new stadium I get because I think it's Levi Stadium. But Levi's were invented during the gold rush in San Francisco in 1849. I do get that a little bit.
Okay,
but if
yeah,
you're like,
I can understand that part of trying to keep some of the nostalgia
something
alive. Just keep it a little bit there, but don't just say Levi Stadium, you know, incorporated with fucking Progressive Insurance.
Right. Yeah.
No.
Well, the Super Bowl is going to be at Invesco Stadium. It's like, where the fuck is that? And if Invesco has that much money to drop on a fucking stadium, then maybe don't charge people that much money. Maybe just calm down a bit. Invesco. Really? That's what we're going to name. Hey, guys. I mean, I think Tushy tried to put in for the Bills Stadium. Those little fucking bidets.
Yeah.
And I think Barstool tried to get it. Barstool would be great for Buffalo. Barstool Stadium in Buffalo.
I hate Barstool.
I know you do, but you're exactly like that fucking guy. You know when someone goes, dude, you remind me of this guy. You got to meet him. He's exactly like you. And then you meet that guy and you're like, this guy sucks.
See, I told you so.
That's you in Portnoy. You're like, that guy's so annoying. I'm like, give you unlimited cash and a fucking selfie cam, and you would be exactly that guy.
I wouldn't. Selfie cams are stupid. You know who I'd be? Dana White.
Yeah, he's great.
Just gambling my dick off, investing in the right shit, making money, spending money, and not giving a fuck because I'm not taking it with me.
Yeah,
it was so funny. I watch a lot of gambling videos. I'm learning new games. I'm going to be
I know when I get anonymous 11:40 my time, we got to get some money and go play Baccarat. I'm like, okay, sure.
I have an app on my phone now for Baccarat. I'm getting
Is it called Baccarat?
Baccarat.
Or is that just how the Asians say it?
It's Baccarat. It's the
correct. I thought it was Baccarat.
You can hear that. Dana White did an interview with Segura and Kreischer, and he's like, dude, fuck blackjack. You can win so much money playing Baccarat.
Anyhow, I've heard that has the best odds of any game.
Yes, it does. It's you have that's why you pay a commission if you bet the banker. You have to pay a 5% commission on every win. Which you don't have to do it after every hand. You can, the dealer will keep track of it for you.
Okay.
So at the end, you can be like, hey, man, you know, if you're betting big money, they're going to be like, hey, man, you owe us $550 commission. And if you're winning money, you have it. But because the edge is on banker, it's like 50.6%.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they make you pay a fucking 5% commission.
So you pay the difference no matter what.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
But and it's a guessing game. It's literally all it is. It is incredible how much you have no control. You don't touch the cards. You don't fucking dude. Which hand's the coin in?
Yeah.
Guess and pick a number 1 through 5. You know,
3.
It's literally what it is because You don't touch the cards. You don't get to dictate any action. The cards tell you what they're going to do, and that's that. So it's incredible, that game. And it's like, there's a system, and I'm learning a system for that slowly. And I'm getting into it. And blackjack.
So I do love blackjack.
Okay, my first time playing blackjack in a casino was with you after Afro Man a couple years ago.
Yeah. Didn't go well.
No, it did not. That whole night did not go well. That day went fantastic. One of the greatest days ever. That night the night was fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. That was
not good for the old bank account.
Not good for the bank account. Okay. But I'm starting to learn the nuances of the game little by little. Like, dealer showing a 12, you got a 13. What to do in those situations.
Yeah, I've heard there's a lot with the dealer showing an 8. Anything 16 or under, you got to hit at.
Yeah. So I'm learning little things about this game too. And it's like, all right, cool. So I'm watching a lot of people play slots, like Vegas Matt. He plays a lot of slots.
Great.
And they play
great account to follow. Yeah.
50, 60, $75 a spin. So they definitely rifle some money. I think the one episode I watched today, which filmed yesterday, whatever, they lost 30 some grand.
Yeah.
That's the good thing I like about them, is they show all the losses, whether they get murdered, whether they break even or they win money. They show every fucking thing. They say, we're not hiding it. This is what happened to us today at casino. And they gamble after that on their own dime. And this is their own dime anyhow. But
you could tell the guy has money by his shirts.
Yes.
Anyone that dresses like that has money.
Yeah. And so
they're homeless.
So Brady comes home from school and I'm watching it. And he's been watching it more and more. Well, Brady just downloaded a slot app.
Fun.
On his iPad that Chris and I have on our phone, because if he'll see us playing, he's like, oh, that's kind of cool. And he's like, oh, it's like Vegas Matt. He has branded himself Cheek to Vegas Brady.
Okay.
My son is 8 years old.
Nice.
He has $3 billion plus in his online account that he has won. I have about $150,000 because I gambled all mine away.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I'm betting, 25, 50 million a spin. He's betting $1 million a spin, and he's ran it up. So Vegas Matt, they'll play slots, and then they'll have this session where they're like, if they're losing, it's like, we're going to bet what we're down to get even or get even worse.
Yep.
And they'll go to table games. They'll play Baccarat. Well, he doesn't understand Baccarat. And I try to explain it to him. So then he watches them play blackjack. He is intrigued as fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, what does each card mean? So I'm explaining it to him. Tens and face cards are 10 points, and ace is 1 or 11. Everything else is the same.
Yep.
And he's watching it. So the other day he goes, when I come home from school, can I get the deck of cards out of the drawer and you deal blackjack?
There you go.
Bro.
Yeah.
No, great. I can't. I said, we need a shoe. We need 6 fucking identical decks.
Yeah.
I go, I have to shuffle 6 decks. I only have one hand. He goes, can we just play with one deck? I go, no, because you're going to start fucking counting cards and destroy me. So I told him, I says, here's what we'll do. I'll go to fucking Target and buy a couple decks of cards that are all the same, 3 or 4. We'll come home, we'll fucking set it up. And I said, we'll play on the table. And I said, here's what you're going to do. You're going to buy in with your own money for $10. And I will give you $10 worth of poker chips worth each denomination. And you can bet what you want.
Sure.
Win or lose. And at the end, when you say you're done, we'll add up your chips. If you have any left, then the bank will cash you out. I'm not going to take his money, but I want to show him what it's going to be like to lose that $10 and see if it hurts.
That's a good parenting move. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But I also have part of me thinking I am teaching my fucking 8-year-old son how to play blackjack.
Dude, you're going to get a call in 2 years. He's rolling dice. I know it's going to happen.
I'm like, dude. And I love gambling. And my mom, every time I tell her, she's like talking to me. She's like, oh, what you guys doing? I'm like, yeah, we went to the casino. She's like, oh boy. I'm like, yeah, I lost like $600-700. It's like, it's nothing.
Right.
It hurts, but it's the money that I have that's not hurting paying any bills.
Yeah, you lose the money that you're willing. So when I walk into a casino and I got, let's say, $800 in my pocket, that's money that if I drop it on the floor or I lose it at a table, it's not going to hurt me in the long run. It'll be annoying. But, I think the gambling sickness that people get, they become more addicted to the losses than they do to the winning.
Yeah.
Like, I love craps.
I don't
know all the nuances of craps. I love bubble craps. I got my own little system that I play, and usually it pays out. Yeah. I put $100 in. 9 times out of 10, I'm walking out $100 up per. There's some nights where I just get my ass completely handed to me, and that's it. It's fine. It's just the way it is. But I think on bubble craps, I'm up over last year. Was I in New Orleans with Kyle a year ago? I think I started playing bubble craps a year ago with Kyle, and I won $750 2 days in a row.
Oh, you were on a fucking heater. You were telling me about that.
Yeah, dude. I couldn't lose. I couldn't lose. The last time I was there at the casino,
that's all I did was lose.
No, well, so I think they recalibrated how the machines work, because 7's coming up a fucking lot, bro.
There's a word for this, and you need to learn this word, and you need to learn the definition of this word.
Okay.
The word is variance.
Okay.
In gambling, that is the fucking word and definition you need to know.
Fair.
If you don't know it, you don't understand it.
Pants. Got it.
Yes. Fairy pants.
Yes. So
what you wear.
So if you bet, you obviously can bet like the regular numbers.
Everything.
Yeah. Wild. Anything but 7 that rolls is kind of good. If you get fucking, was it 4 through 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 on the straight up board. Yeah. And then you can bet weird pots too. If you bet snake eyes, sometimes it pays 30 to 1.
Whatever the bets are in the very middle of the table between the dealers, you never bet those. Those are sucker bets. Don't bet them. I
bet the numbers. So I bet usually 5 and 9, 25 a roll. And if
you bet the numbers itself.
Yep.
And then
if it rolls a 4 and you bet 5 and 9, your money's still on the table. You're good.
Yeah.
If it rolls a 5 and you bet 25, you get like $27 plus. So it's
yeah, it's weird and whatever, but you bet the numbers, and then it's the pass line.
Yeah,
I think is the one that you don't bet the come, don't come, but bet.
A lot of gamblers I know fucking bet the come, dude. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't either, but I know it's like Dean always told me 6, 8, and something to do with the pass line. I'm like,
yeah, I do 5 and 9, 6 and 8's common. And then, sometimes I got fucking money on all the goddamn numbers because 7 hasn't come out in a long time. But then all of a sudden 7 comes and you go, okay, well, I had $140 on the board. That's all gone now. It's all gone.
Yeah.
But I keep playing.
Because they ask you want to press it, and and then it stacks up.
Yeah.
So it's like instead of taking it off the table, which you can do,
yeah,
you can just leave it, and sometimes it sits there for 4 or 5 rolls and garners a few extra bucks or doubles up or whatever. This is
where bubble crops is the best because you're playing with your own dice on your own board, and so there's some offsuit bets too that you can play. Like snake eyes pays 30 to 1. Double
bubble
6
craps is great because the stakes are so much lower.
Yeah,
and it's easier to get a feel for the game and understand.
Minimum bet's $3.
Really?
Yes.
But it's quarters. You can bet quarters around, right?
No,
but minimum bet.
It has to add it has to add up to $3 to do it.
The one downtown, when we used to go, when they had it down there and by the back bar, it was quarters. That and they had bubble craps and bubble roulette.
Bubble roulette fucking rules.
And it was quarter. You could bet. It was quarter bets.
Yeah. Dude, I was in New Orleans with Kyle, and this bubble roulette one. Well, hang on. Let me get to the bubble crap story. So
Okay.
I keep noticing. So I'm betting. I got like, let's say 25 on 4, 50 on 5, 10 on 6, 50 on 9, and 50 on 10. Okay. And 1 and 2 keep coming up all the fucking time. And 1 and 2, if it's a one die rolls, it's a 1, and the other one's a 2, it was paying 15 to 1. And it happened like 4 times in a row. So I'm like, there's got to be something going on with the fucking dice.
Because those dice don't hop up very far.
They don't. And you can see
those things should be like playing like Sorry, where you fucking push that bubble down and
bubble. Yeah.
It hits the top. Those things should
Sometimes
go flying
they
in
just
the air.
kind of fucking rumble a little bit and fall over, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
But fucking 1 and 2 keep coming up. So I keep my bets on the fucking board, and I start just throwing $10 every now and then on 1 and 2. Motherfucker, dude, that came in probably out of 20 rolls 7 times, and it paid 15 to 1. There was something wrong with the dice. So I'm just sitting there collecting fucking cash, dude. I put 100 in, cashed out at like 570. Went and got my money. Tiny was still playing. I'm like, I'll put another 100 in. And by that time, the dice had the variance or whatever. The dice had recalibrated, and every third roll was a fucking 7. And there's no way to bet for that. There's just no way. Like, even when you start getting on a heater, like, so let's say I got 25 on 5, and 5 comes up 3 or 4 times. I'd pull all my money off the board and put $3 on snake eyes, 1 and 2, and double sixes, and let it roll. And knowing full well, I'm probably giving away $9. But if snake eyes hits, it's 30 to fucking 1. If double sixes hits, 30 to 1. That's $90 right there. It's great. I was in New Orleans with Kyle, and there's bubble craps and there's fucking bubble roulette all in the same, basically, seats.
Ours were downtown, where bubble roulette was at the front end of the pit, and the bubble craps was at the back end of the crap.
Oh, yeah. These were right next to each other. So Kyle's betting like 50 cents here and there.
Yeah.
I have like, and some bubble roulette won't let you play the 4 columns and the 3 columns together. You could do, you could do 3 and then 2. That's it. Like, you can't bet them all. This one was like, fuck it, dude, do whatever you want. So I'm putting 25 on every column, 25 on the top 3 rows, and then I'm sprinkling in dollars that are paid 35 to 1 in the middle. So there's really no way. I mean, if double zeros rolls, I lose a shitload of cash. But dude, I was hitting 25, 25, and then let's say black 17 comes in and I get paid 35 to 1. Every time I hit the button, every fucking time, it was like $70.
Yeah.
$25, $370. It just kept coming in. I'm like, keep the board the same and just keep hitting.
Put your fingers and just rake the whole thing.
Dude, I'm just like,
fuck it.
I'm like, he's like, I don't want to gamble anymore, because he lost like maybe $9 or some shit. I'm like, sit at this seat and just keep hitting the fucking button. Say same bet.
Repeat bet.
Yeah. Just keep hitting it. So then I go play bubble craps. I'm raking in cash on bubble craps, and I see his machine just like bring, bring, every fucking time. Maybe you win $25, maybe you lose 17, but really the way I had it set up, man, it was just a license to print money. So the next day we're walking past the casino. He goes, "Do you want to go win another $1,000?" I'm like, "Sure." And it was air conditioned and it's clean. I mean, everything in New Orleans smells like someone shit in your fucking mouth. So we roll into there, and in like 2 hours, I was up another $1,000.
Thing is, people, that doesn't happen often.
It does not happen. But when you got it, you got it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Do we want to go see the rich history of New Orleans? Do we want to go like hit some weird ass jazz bar and see some some of the best musicians on the planet. Not the music I like, not the music you like, but
no, but I can get down listening to that shit.
Do you want to see it and do you want to go for it? Absolutely. But right now, it's 3:00 in the afternoon. Every time we hit a fucking green button, we're making at least $20. At least. On the high end, $150.
Yeah.
Every time we do this.
There's going to be a couple of those that you're going to lose.
Sure.
$50 out there. But the next spin, you're going to win 75.
Yep.
The spin after, you're going to win 100.
Yep.
It's going to fucking end up being profitable for you.
Yeah. And so finally he's like, all right, let's go. And obviously you don't want to sit in a casino in fucking New Orleans. You want to go out and fucking feel the vibe of New Orleans. New Orleans is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to do that. Like, when we went to fucking Cleveland for the basketball thing, everything was right there. So sure, the casino is a big draw. We were all fucking ready to gamble our dicks off. But it's like, we're not going to just go to the casino and miss out on doing something else just to be at the casino. Like, we planned around and we're like, all right, we're going to the casino. We got time, a little time before the game. So let's go and gamble. Let's do some group pulls, which we all ended up losing fucking $100, $200 a piece.
So Hasnar's losing his mind.
Yeah, and everything. And then, we went out and we went to the game and then we came back out and me and fucking Tracy, you're like, let's go to the fucking casino between. No, we went back over there and finally lost some more money.
Yeah.
And then we went back to the game. We went back to the hotel, and that's when Chris and Haz were like, we're gonna go to bed. Me and fucking Tracy are fucking gassed. We're like, let's go. It was the casino. I fucking lost $300-$400, and then Tracy started winning money left and right.
Good for him. Yeah, that's great.
And I was like, dude, that's all we had to do. But like you said, in New Orleans, there's so much more shit to do. I go to Vegas.
Great, dude.
I've been there 5-6 times. I've seen most of the shit I want to see. I was just talking to it with Chris. I'm like, Vegas has got so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
It was funny. One of the Vegas sites that I follow on Facebook just put up a post the other day. They're like, this hotel is like a 3.5-star rated hotel, is a mile off the strip. They were selling rooms on Expedia for $1 a night plus the resort fee. Resort fees should be fucking outlawed. They are what they are. They're not going anywhere.
I guess you can contest it a little bit, but
you can sometimes. You're gonna end up paying it more often than not. So for a $1 hotel room and a $35 fucking resort fee, you're a mile from the strip. You're paying $36 a night for a hotel room. That's not that worst. And people are like, the fucking restaurants and dive places to eat around there are some of the best places you'll ever have food.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best places to gamble, because off-strip casinos are known for being a little more friendly.
Sure.
Comps are worth it.
Fremont
the table minimums are lower.
Sure.
Everybody's still looking. I mean, when I went for my first time back in 07, 08, somewhere back in there, 09, we stayed at the Riviera. We found a bar, and I can't remember what, or a casino. I forgot which one it was called. It's kind of well known. It had $2 blackjack.
Sick, dude. Yeah.
So you got a table full of drunk fucks at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Smashing dollar beers, playing fucking $2 blackjack.
What else do you want?
Now you walk into a casino tomorrow.
25 minimum.
Strip,
yeah.
25 minimum.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Per hand. So people are, and some people want to learn new games, or they found a game that they like and they're trying to play it a little bit. It's like, where do you do that? Everybody's like, get off the fucking strip.
Well, and here's the thing with
go
blackjack.
One street over and half a mile down. There's some beautiful fucking casinos there that have
blackjack sucks too,
tables.
Though. Let's say you're in for minimum $25 a hand, right? This is why I don't like to play blackjack. I hate digital blackjack because I think they fuck you over because it's digital.
I don't put a whole lot of stock into a lot of those things.
Right. But live blackjack for $25 or more per hand, and you hit on a 16 when you should have stayed, and you get a fucking 10, so you bust out. The next guy, if you would have passed, he would have got the 10, and he would have had 19, 20, or even 21. You stole his card.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then it becomes this fucking chesty shit because there's real money on the line.
Well, that's what we went through in Columbus. We sat down with Jamie and Tim, who knew how to play at a whole table. And we literally, I sat down because we pooled our money together, and like one of us sits and you're like, you play cards, you sit. And I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm really doing here. So I'm like, because at blackjack, if you ask the dealer will tell you buy the book, what you're supposed to do, or you can they'll give you a card that tells you all the scenarios of what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And then one guy's like, you just play by the book, you're fine. I'm like, how about
you just tell me
the money up? You literally just tell me what I should do here. And they're like, okay. They're like, don't get mad if we lose. I'm like, we don't care right now.
Yeah, this is fun.
We're high and drunk, and we just came from hanging out with Afro Man. They're like, no shit. I'm like, yeah, we'll tell you about that later. Do I hit this fucking 16 or not?
Yeah.
And but my problem with blackjack is the payouts. I'm looking for a bigger score. I'm betting a quarter, $25 chip. I get 19. Dealer hits it has a soft 17, stays. I win $25.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing is just playing that little chess match all night long.
And
with that,
it's a war of attrition at that point too, because sooner or later, you're not going to get the cards.
Yeah.
And even when the dealer loses, it's not like the dealer loses money. Even when the dealer loses, the dealer gets money in some cases, right? Because the dealer doesn't win it. Dealer doesn't lose every hand. Some people bust out or whatever the fuck. So there's no love lost between that. But at the same point, man, like you're sitting there going, okay, so I'm going to stress out and be at a table like this with fucking 8 other goddamn people. And if I have a 13 and the dealer's showing a fucking queen and I hit and I steal someone's fucking queen that they should have got, I'm the bad guy. I'm not going to play that.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it's better to play. If you walk up, like it's better to go to a fucking casino,
just you and the dealer,
quiet casino on a Tuesday morning.
Yep.
At 10 a.m. and it's you and the dealer.
Yep.
They say that's the best way to learn it. I know the limits are a lot lower downtown here.
Yeah, but you can bet up though if you want. You can go $50 a hand. It's a minimum.
Yeah, that's it.
Man. Cap. You can't roll. They'll have a $500 max.
Yeah,
but you're not going to put 500 on a hand.
I'm trying to learn like some of the really intricate games. I don't want nothing to do with like craps. I want nothing to do with blackjack. Blackjack I kind of want to learn because I wouldn't mind sitting down and playing cards and doing the ebb and flow for a while with that. Baccarat I'm really getting into. I know they have a mini baccarat downtown.
Fun.
Yeah, it's not they got a couple slight variations to the rule, not like they do in the high limit room. So it's basically the same game. Okay, great. And there's that game called Ultimate Texas Hold'em. I absolutely fucking love, and that's the only game I want to play now.
Yeah, Chan was really into 3-card poker.
3-card poker. I loved my first trip to Vegas because I absolutely crushed it.
Yeah.
Also, that game has the worst odds in the casino.
Yeah. When you're on one, it's great.
Yeah.
But
it's hard to get on one though.
4 hands in, you're down $100. You're like, okay, this is not good.
Yeah. I was funny listening to back to Dana White when he was talking about between blackjack and baccarat with Segura and Kreischer. He was talking about how much he's gambling a hand. It's like, you're playing blackjack and you're playing $100,000 a hand. Yeah. 7,500 grand a hand. And because Kreischer brought it up, he's like, I want to gamble enough when I put that money out there that my fucking heart's racing and my adrenaline's pumping and that it's going to hurt if you lose. That's where you want to be. And it's like, bro, I'm there. I've had that happen. But he was saying, like, Dana White was saying, he's like, sometimes you just get that shit shoe.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to win. He goes, at that point, you got it. He goes, you play by the fucking book. You play, correct blackjack strategy. You hit when you're supposed to hit. You stand when you're supposed to stand, and you let the cards play. He goes, at some point, he goes, when it's, you can see it's going bad. He goes, you got to fuck it up. He goes, you have to fuck that shoe up. He goes, you start hitting at 18 when you're not supposed to. You lose that fucking hand. You lose that next hand. You fuck up the count. You fuck up the cards coming out. It moves everything down in the shoe. And he goes, you wait until it starts to turn. He goes, it is a roller coaster. He goes, you got to do what you got to do to fuck up that shoe. He goes, sometimes it's going to cost you $500,000. And Christ's face, he's just fucking white. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine
in poker, especially when you're playing like, regular Hold'em or, when we go play with friends or whatever. And you're way better at me at poker, but I would always call it resetting the deck. So let's say you get ace king and like 2 3s are showing on the flop, and you should stay in with ace king, but you see people fucking raise and shit, and you're like, oh god, someone's got to have a 3. So now they're at 3 3s, and if they got 3 7 and it's fucking a queen, which is always a gateway drug to fucking you putting more shit in, and 2 3s on the flop, you're like, fuck, if someone has a fucking queen 3, they're already there. They're already at a full house.
But you got to rule those hands out, because if you have ace king, you're raising pre-flop.
Yes. Yeah.
If you make it 3 or 4 times the big blind pre-flop, somebody with queen 3s should not be in there. So that you got to rule that out right away. And then you see 2 3s. There's only one hand that beats me right now, and it's pocket 3s or a better pocket pair.
Yep.
And you got to rule that shit right out. That's where
the best hand I ever played ever. No. I'm quick to get out. I'm a pussy. The best hand I ever played. Tim and I went to the casino poker room in Niagara Falls, and I had pocket 2s, and I think I only bought in with $40. Pocket 2s. The flop was like 2-2 ace. So I had 4 of a kind.
Yeah.
On the flop. And I slow played every motherfucker at the table. And when the hand was done, I was like, I'm out. But like,
gotta go.
I think someone had pocket aces.
Oh,
it's the worst beat of all time. I mean, you're getting beat on 4 2s. You know what I mean? But like, I was I wish, and at the time I had like $40 was a lot to go bring to the fucking poker room. You know what I mean? Man, if I had $1,000, I would have probably won like 30 grand. Motherfucker.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'm getting a cold.
I'm trying to verse myself. I mean, I like playing slots. There's a bunch.
Look at you, man. You're doing bourbon.
But they're volatile. But I'm like, I want to play. I want to play games where I have a little bit of control. I feel like I'm in control.
That's why I fucking hate slot machines, man. You get
that's the way it is.
4 Pelicans and a draft head, and you win $45, and you're like, how?
But then you get 3 draft heads in 1 Pelican, and you get 12 cents.
Tanya's boss will every fucking week, it seems like, and again, like wins, losses, whatever. She only talks about her wins, but every fucking week, man, she's like, 110,000. 119,000, whatever, and you do get your
pretty good size if you're doing that.
Yeah, but it's all slots.
Yeah, but Sammy's that way, dude. We got to get him on this podcast sometime to talk about sports betting and then his fucking golden horseshoe up his ass for slot machines. It's the most incredible thing. He also gambles big though. He'll buy a $750. He'll buy a bonus for $750.
Yeah.
Without fucking thinking. But like I said, I want to get, like I said, I think I got a baccarat down to where I feel comfortable playing. Blackjack, I want to get a little more well versed in. Ultimate Texas Hold'em I know how to play. There's like a wild version of that game. That's relatively easy to play too. I don't want to get into a lot of like the Spanish 21 or the Mississippi Stud or Let It Ride.
No.
Some of those games are a little intricate. Craps I want nothing to do with and whatnot. But I mean,
craps is fun to throw like a couple $100 at the board, and you're there, you're hanging out, you're drinking, and the energy is really cool.
It is too, and it's usually the people having the most fun in a casino at 1 o'clock in the morning are normally around a craps table.
Yep.
And like the one day I went down there with Dino and Hobbs, and we were gambling one Friday morning early, and they went, and I was bopping around playing a bunch of different shit, and they were playing craps. So I was standing there talking to Hobbs while they were playing, and waited till he got done doing all the bets and shit, and I asked questions, and he starts rapid firing everything. And I was like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? And I said, is it better now if I give you $100?
Yeah.
And you start with 200 and we split whatever? Or is it better if he goes, it's better if you play, but you got to go to the other end of the table. I'm like, well, then I need coaching.
Right. I'm a moron.
I'm like, if that's the case, then move Dino down or you go down and I listen to Dean because you guys both know the game. I'm like, I need to stay next to somebody that I know and whatever. Because I'm like, I'm willing to throw $100 down and fucking gamble it because if I put 100 in a slot machine or 100 at fucking Hold'em over here,
sure,
it's no different than what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what do I do? Because I'm like, I kind of want to throw the dice.
The hardest job in the world has to be the craps guy,
the stick man.
I mean, they're just
getting the payout guy. They're not the stick man. Stick man just calls it out, pulls them in, and sets them up. It's got to be the payout.
These fucking people are like,
there's 3 of them.
Usually 3. Yeah. There's fucking they're just naming out stuff.
Yeah.
And, in roulette,
they're flipping over the pucks. They're moving the pucks. Shit's moving all over the place. They got
in roulette, you have your color chips
everywhere.
So let's say we get dollar chips.
That's the other game. I forgot. Fuck. That's the other game I'm trying to learn how to do a strategy on.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing stupid shit like I would do.
Dude, red or black.
Yeah.
for 100.
Odd or even.
You were there in Niagara Falls. That one time we went up there with Chad, Ryan, Chris, and I believe Tracy was there too, right? Were you there with me?
I was not.
Oh. Fucking Chad goes, hey, my brother, wild horseshoe up his ass. So I go take $100. I go red or black. He goes, red. I put 100 on red. Comes in. Red or black. Red again. So I keep the 200 now on red. Comes in. Red or black. Black. Move over. Black comes up. I did that like 4 or 5 fucking times. Guy never guessed wrong.
Yeah.
So then we're in Niagara Falls, Canadian side. And I go, I'll buy us all beers. And I see this lady walk around with these big fucking like German mugs, and
they're called Steins.
Yeah, Steins. So I buy us all, even though Haz doesn't drink beer, I buy us all beers because I thought they were free because we were at a casino. No, they were $40 a fucking beer. so there goes a bulk of the winnings. Then I sat next to this portly lady at the blackjack table, and I was like, it was just me and her. I was like, I don't know how to play blackjack. You tell me what to do. And I had $25 chips, and man, she made me another $150, $200. Just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do.
Basically, you're playing 2 spots here, but this one's not your money.
The nicest lady of all time. Yeah. She's like, I'd stay right here because I think he's going to bust. He busts. I'd hit here because he's showing this. And what I'm like, I don't know even what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm starting to learn that now, which is the good part of watching so much.
Yeah. And I don't math good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a good mather,
I've got 2 or 3 flyers from Presque Isle Casino from back in January when me, Phildo, and Kyle went down to the McDavid jersey retirement game.
Yeah.
We stopped at Presque Isle Casino. I signed up for a fucking player's card, as you always do. Kyle thinks the fucking casino's tracking him with his card. If he does get a card and he puts $100 in and Kyle wins $150, he cashes it out of the machine, sticks it in the redemption thing, gets his $150 back in cash because he thinks they're tracking his card and the ticket. It doesn't happen. It's been.
I wouldn't put anything. Yeah, I get it.
Okay, sure. You wouldn't put it past the casino. I get it.
Yeah.
But you can ask Kaz. He understands how this works. I've watched a bazillion fucking videos. Everybody knows it's not how it works. So I gambled my dick off that night. Apparently, I lost a lot of money. I start getting fucking emails and fucking flyers from them every couple weeks.
We miss you.
Yeah.
You up?
You come down any Monday for the next month of March. We're going to give you $75 in free play. I'm like, hold on. I gambled my face off at a casino 10 minutes from my house.
They don't give you shit.
I get $5 free play for once a week.
Yep.
And $5 for my birthday. You're going to give me $75 every Monday to come down. They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck. I just got one in the other day in the mail. Open it up. Remember, you know how those pull tabs? They have pull tabs?
Yeah, we get them all the time.
There's two of them in here. But you can't pull them open to see what you win and then take it to the casino. You got to go and then pull it open. I was like, fuck. Chris is like, where's this? I'm like, dude, it's by the Otters game. It's an hour and a half away. I'm not going to that casino just for this to win $50 in free play. Whatever. I'm like, if we're going to go down there and like next one's in a few weeks, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind going down for a day.
Sure.
Doing some shit, but I'm like, whatever. And all of a sudden, since the turn of the year here, I'm getting emails from Seneca Niagara.
Oh, finally.
I haven't been to that casino since that night you, me, and Hurt were there.
Oh, shit.
When we did the video poker challenge.
Yep.
We were drinking free beers, and then we went out. We bar hopped down the boulevard and ended up in Hamburg for, yeah, Phil loves it there.
Phil dope.
Yeah, jackpot fucker. We ended up out in the warehouse to watch that stupid fight that last 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And we both passed out in Big Hurt's truck on the way home.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So that was before COVID, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I guarantee you it was before COVID.
We weren't wearing masks.
No, it was before COVID, dude.
Was it really?
Yeah. So we're talking 5, maybe 6 years ago. Last time I was at Seneca Casino. I don't even know if I had my player's card or anything for that place. I am getting emails for them saying, come up on Monday. You can have a free meal on us. I'm like, where the fuck did you guys find my information? I mean, I used to play in a poker room all the time.
Yeah, but you don't.
But I'm like, I haven't been there in 5 or 6 years, and now they're offering me shit. All these casinos are coming out of the woodwork, and I'm like, well, I just sent a picture of that fucking pull tab thing to Kyle and Phil the other day. I go, how much fucking money did I spend that night? They're like, a lot.
Like,
you didn't win shit.
Well, back in.
And I was like, fuck. No wonder they're like, yo, come on back. Phil's like, I ain't got shit. I'm like, yeah, because you walked out of there with all the fucking money, asshole.
Yeah, that's worse.
The guy that doesn't gamble. The guy
when
that
you go to
doesn't
casino
gamble
with your friends, and you basically have given your friend your money through his money.
Yeah.
That's par for the course.
Yeah, about 1/8 of the money he won was the money I put into those machines.
Yeah.
But I mean, for a guy that doesn't gamble, it's always the first time guys like that. Beginner's luck. Like first year when I went to Vegas, dude, I cleaned house. I came out of there probably. I mean, I took $700 or $800 to gamble because I didn't know what I was getting into, and that's when Vegas was cheap. Yeah. I didn't gamble much back then. I went with Dean and Hobbs and Charlie Gardner and Dean's stepbrother. And I don't know, man. I might have had a $500 or $600 budget. I came home with like fucking $4,000. I couldn't lose.
Yeah.
I was like fucking Nick Papagiorgio. Liberty Bibberty.
You ain't black.
Oh, where is it?
Liberty Bibberty.
Nope.
That one plays.
Like my wife.
That one does something. Nope. Liberty Bibberty.
You ain't
that one plays. Nope. Oh,
nope.
God, you're so low. It's the one you didn't press.
I think I pressed them all.
Bourbon Eyes.
Bush Light, especially.
Nope.
Well, all right.
Yeah,
that's
well,
what.
Liberty Bibberty. But yeah,
right.
It's like fuck.
You done? Or you want to do one more? We didn't get to the video that you showed me.
Can we put that up? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good with that? All right, let's bail here. I'm gonna take a piss.
Yeah, I'll get one more beer and we're done.
And I'm gonna pour. I have
30-minute show.
Bourbon here. Yeah, 45 minutes ish. Yeah,
2 hours.
Yeah, I can do till 12:15 ish. Oh yeah, dude, we left the Otters game and drove to the casino. Probably 10 minutes, 15-minute drive. No problem. No, me and Phil drank on the way down. Phil stopped drinking at the game. Me and Kyle kept drinking. We went to the casino. Me and Kyle kept drinking. We were at the casino, I don't know, 3-4 hours. We walk out, is fucking goddamn
sideways
out there. Snow fucking not even coming sideways. It was coming up from the ground. It was everywhere. It feels like,
dude,
oh boy. And he's driving Kyle's truck, which he's got a big 4-wheel drive pickup Silverado like mine. He's got the next step up. But I'm like, you couldn't see a fucking foot in front of you. And I'm fucking annihilated.
You look like you're doing warp speed.
Phil can't sit straight because of the fucking pile of money in his pocket. And Kyle's tired and shit. He's like, me and Phil talked the whole fucking way home while Kyle slept.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Good times.
That was a fun night. Love my boys.
Go piss. We'll be right back.
Word. Later, gooks.